Why, hello there! My name is Hellen Rivas, and today I will be telling you all about cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular or heart disease is caused when a group of problems do not allow the heart and blood vessels to function correctly. Some of these problems are atherosclerosis, angina, heart attack, stroke, and more. These type of problems usually have to do with plaques, which are buildup of fat within the arteries. When an artery has a plaque, this does not allow enough blood to enter the heart. In cases such as in strokes, the blood is not able to reach the brain as well. These events can cause deaths, as we will see later on. And as a matter of fact, heart disease, also known as CVD, is the leading cause of death in men and women in the United States, and it does not affect just one age group. As we can see in this chart, total of cardiovascular diseases put together is more deathful than all cancers put together and many other causes of death. Risk factors. There are ways to either acquire or reduce the risk of heart disease. If you possess any of the following uncontrollable characteristics, it is best that you go a step further now in order to stay healthy. So, our first uncontrollable risk factor is being older age-wise. Even though anyone can get CVD, it affects mostly the older generation. Next, heredity. Other people in the family who have had the same problems could have passed it on to you. And finally, race. Some races have more history or probability of heart disease than others. And here is the good news. There are some controllable risk factors. Here's where you get a chance to reduce some of the risk of getting heart disease. In order to do that, you must quit smoking, control high blood pressure, having healthy eating habits, controlling weight, being active, and of course, exercising. Unfortunately, many people do not know that they are suffering from a cardiovascular disease until they actually feel the symptoms of it. Some general symptoms of heart disease are usually chest pain, stomach fullness, discomfort in the back, neck, or jaw, and irregular heartbeats. If you or anyone nearby feel any of these symptoms, do not attempt traveling to the hospital. Instead, have someone dial 911 for professional help. As I had said earlier, many people unfortunately do not know if they are suffering from a CVD until they actually feel the symptoms of it. And once they do, they can prevent further damage by undergoing one of the following checks of the cardiovascular system: electrocardiogram, echocardiogram, stress test, catheterization, and carotid or artery scan. These tests generally monitor the heart or seek to view the amount of plaques found within the arteries. If the disease is really advanced and critical, surgery will be performed. Here I have listed a few types of surgeries seeking to treat the cardiovascular system and a brief description for each. I will tell you in a summary what each one is. Angioplasty and atherectomy remove plaques from an artery. Carotid and darterectomy removes plaque as well, but specifically from the carotid artery, which prevents strokes. Bypass surgery is taking part of an artery from another body part and using it to move blood around a completely clogged artery. The final two involve using devices to replace other body parts which may not be working. For example, pacemakers are devices put inside the human body to regulate heartbeats. And a valve replacement is the replacement of the heart valve which may be damaged or malfunctioning. It is important to note that after surgery, it can still be very complicated to live since one's cardiovascular system is not as strong as it used to be. Therefore, I would like to remind you that the cardiovascular system is very important for your body and for your life in general. Take very good care of it because you only have one. And now for my personal influences. My grandfather unexpectedly passed away from a sudden heart attack or stroke, even though he was an active person and was not known to have cardiovascular disease. Although I do not have much information, I do know that he was active because he had his own farm with my grandmother and my cousin. The day he passed away, he had woken up early, just like he did all his life, to milk the cows. As he was standing up, he suddenly suffered the attack or stroke and collapsed. That day was almost 5 years ago, on Sunday, October 15, 2006. Aside from him, no one else has suffered any type of cardiovascular disease, so I cannot say that I have this in my gene pool. However, I do maintain a healthy diet, exercise weekly, and watch out for other diseases that are hereditary to me. I have found a very interesting slideshow by the name of A View of Heart Disease from the Inside by webmd.com. It is very long, but it is worth the time. Always maintain a healthy heart. Thank you for staying tuned, and especially thank you at Florida Virtual School for letting us know about such important facts. I hope you learned as much as I did. And finally, here are my references. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Once again, thank you so much for staying tuned. Goodbye!